Okay, going live. Just usins this time. And I'm just waiting for my last go live to kick in here. And we are live on Facebook and Instagram. And looking forward to just having some chat time with everybody and some time to catch up. So I'll be looking forward to seeing some of you ringing in here soon. And we, as many of you know, we had definitely had some adventures on our travel trip, and I'm still messed up from that. But you know what? That doesn't stop us from a good party, right? And I see Nancy from Wisconsin has already joined us. Thanks, Nancy, for joining. And you are just so well trained now, you guys, to remember to tell me where you're ringing in from. Hi, Cindy. I'm glad you could join us too. It's like the East Coast is here. And I see we have got some of my buddies on Facebook who are joining us too. So thanks for coming, guys. We're going to have fun this afternoon, even though it's just me, or evening for some of you. Nicole has arrived from Arizona, so that's fun. We're going to do some trivia. You know, when you do these cruises, and for those of you who don't happen to know or missed it, we were on a bucket list cruise. Pam's here from Gatlinburg. Hi. And it was going to be that, wonderful trip of a lifetime. And it was definitely memorable. Hi, Ellen. Thanks for coming in from Cleveland, Ohio. Anyway, so we did our fabulous trip. And somewhere along the way, I have a feeling I'm positive I picked this germ up at the Vatican. A lot of people there. And when we checked out the Sistine Chapel, we were packed in like little sardines, all sharing our germs. Hey, Jeannie, our children's book writer, Jeannie Chambers, has joined us, you guys, from North Carolina. Very fun. And I see Janet has come in from someplace. Janet, where are you coming in from? And Nicole is here. Her company just left. All right, so you have time to hang out with us. And your storage unit is organized. Awesome. So anyway, so I picked up this bug, started out as a cold, and it just morphed into an ear infection. It seems like it happened overnight. Things don't really happen overnight. They're brewing when you don't even know it, but that was awful. So I shared that, and we just spread it around with the four of us. My sister-in-law was next to come down with a bug. At one point, we were driving around a little bus tour in Gibraltar, and she couldn't talk, and I couldn't hear, and so she was using her cell phone to text me messages. Wow. Hey, from Minnesota, Patty, thanks for coming. So we shared it, and then my brother-in-law got it, and then Gerhard got some kind of a different little creepy intestinal bug, so he was out of the picture for a couple of days. And I'm hoping that we're not too scarred from our adventures, because a lot of you know we were talking about doing a reader's cruise in 2027. I'm thinking, oh my gosh, am I going to be totally frail by 2027? I would hate to plan it for all of you and miss out on it, but who knows? I'm trying to work up my nerve to do one more cruise. And Gerhard, I was planning on coming with me. I don't know if I can convince him after what happened to him on this last one, but oh, good honk. Anyway, so now I've had this nasty, the infection got so bad, the eardrum ruptured. And so this ear is all blocked and muffled and yuck. And obviously my ear problem isn't giving me a problem in my mouth. I can still talk, but it's been very interesting. So we did manage. I feel not being able to fly now in June, so not going to be able to go down to California for the granddaughter's high school graduation. It's like frustrating. But you know what? Things have a way of working out the way they're supposed to. So I finally got over trying plan A, B, and C, and I'm like, you know what? It's okay. Everybody knows you love them. You'll send goodies, and that'll be that. Hey, thanks for joining us, Linda. Where did you come in from? Where are you here from? What state? Cindy's here. Cindy, yeah, I did have a rough time, Cindy. It's been icky, and I appreciate the prayers. And hi, Virginia, representing Louisiana. We're kind of like a Miss America contest, huh? We're all from different states. Oh, dear. But anyway, yeah, keep in mind you got the big, probably off the boat, not on the ship. Well, I think I did. I think I picked it up before we boarded, because we were in Rome before that, touring around, and about a couple of days or so after we got on the ship from doing the Vatican, it surfaced. So I think I very kindly brought that on the ship, and hopefully didn't share it with anybody other than our own little gang. But you know what? We managed to have fun anyway. And one of the highlights of Rome for me was the Trevi Fountain. I don't know if any of you ever saw that old movies from, was it the 50s, Three Coins and a Fountain? We watched that before we left. And so we went to the Trevi Fountain, which was so much bigger in real life than I ever thought it was be. It was huge. It was massive. It was gorgeous. And so we threw a coin in the fountain, of course. And so maybe we're supposed to return to Rome. Although probably not. Anyway, hi. Okay, Linda from Connecticut. Okay, and Townia Jackson is here. Illinois. Hey guys, thanks for representing so much of the country. Anyway, I am back and we're still having fun. And later on, I'm going to tell you, just give you a sneak peek of some of the fun guests that we have lined up over the next couple of months. It's going to be lovely. Yeah, Rhonda, Dolce Vita. It was a Dolce Vita till I got sick in my ear. And then yesterday, our daughter was over playing cards and I did something to pop it. And so now it's really not happy with me all over again. Yuck. But you know what? These things pass. These things pass. It'll be okay. Vicky's here from Ohio. Hi, Chelsea. From Chelsea, what state are you from? Anyway, let's move on though. Oh, guys, grab your pen, pencil, and paper, whatever you're going to write on, because I do have a trivia quiz for us. So get your stuff ready for that, because you know on these cruise ships they always play trivia, and we played some trivia, and so I thought you guys would enjoy seeing how well you do at that tonight. Hey, Anne Maria's here. Thanks for joining us. Very fun to have so many of you here to party with me. We did have a guest scheduled for today, but we had to do some schedule rearranging for her, so she will be coming at a later time, and one of our many guests that I'm very excited about having here. But meanwhile, get ready to do some trivia, you guys, and we have some little trivia prizes. My little collectible, I had some of these left over from Best Life Book Club. So this is the recipe. It's for pina colada shortbread. So this is a fun one. And so if you do well at trivia, you might just win a recipe card. Gerhard is busy with another project, and so he's not going to be able to be keeping an eye for me and seeing who our winners are. So you guys will have to shout out more than once maybe and say, I had the most, or so-and-so had the most. So Melissa, if trivia sounds like fun, hope you got your pencil and paper or something ready to write on, because we're going to start in just 1 minute here and play a little trivia. And then I've got some travel tips to share with you. And also when we're doing that, I will be looking forward to any travel tips you might want to share, because that's going to be the theme of my June newsletter before I take a break for the summer. And we're going to be talking travel tips. So if you get to have a great travel tip to share, it just might wind up in the newsletter. Hopefully you're all subscribed to the newsletter. That comes out once a month. It's just like a little mini magazine. We always have a recipe. There are always tips or a little article of some sort. And so it's just kind of a fun thing that we do every month, except I do take 2 months off in the summer. And so it will be time for that. And don't worry, Linda, even if you're terrible at trivia, I'm terrible at trivia too. You know, you get in these games and think, oh, I'm going to do really well. And on one, it wasn't this cruise, it was the Reader's Cruise before this. And there was ABBA trivia. And I love ABBA. I thought, oh, I'll ace that. I didn't. I was terrible, but it's still fun. It's fun to do. So anyway, so have you all got your, give me some thumbs up if you got your pencil and paper ready and you're ready to do some trivia. You all ready for just a little game here to give us a little fun and excitement on our late afternoon or evening time together? Hi, Marilee has joined us from South Carolina. Hey, thanks for coming. And hopefully you're running and grabbing a piece of paper and a pencil. Okay, Cindy says she's ready. Pam's ready. Nancy's got a thumbs up. I see thumbs up coming in. Okay, guys. So, and if anybody comes in late, I apologize. You could catch this a little bit later and see how you did on the game. I will remind you, because people get so excited to share the answer and they blurt out the answer and post it here, and then the other people get really irritated. So don't post your answer yet. I'm going to give you time when we go through and check the answers, but don't post it right now when I'm asking the questions. Okay, guys? So if we're ready, we're going to start. And some of these are easy and some of them are kind of hard, but we will see how you do. Okay, so remember, don't post your answer yet. Just write it down, okay? So number one is, what is the capital of Australia? Capital of Australia, guys. What's the capital of Australia? Don't post it here yet. Don't post it yet. Oh, hi on our Instagram. And I see Carol, my buddy Carol has joined us. Sue has joined. And I see two other people, Jen O'Brien. Perkins 96. Thanks for joining us, you guys. Hopefully you found a pen and paper and you're playing some trivia too. Feel free later on to post how many questions you answered right and what you think the answers were. All right, that was number one. So, capital of Australia. Number two, what year was the first Barbie doll released? How many of you saw the Barbie movie? Anybody? I did not see that. I need to see the Barbie movie. I had a Barbie doll. Did you all have Barbie dolls? I had one of the early ones. In fact, my mom tried desperately to get me the traditional Barbie with the blonde ponytail, which I really wanted, and she couldn't find it. So I got a Barbie doll with she had short red hair. And it wasn't quite the same, but I eventually got over my disappointment and misery and struggled on with my red-headed Barbie. Anyway, so what year was the first Barbie doll released? Question number 3. What is the tallest mountain in the world? Okay, remember, guys, don't post your answers yet. Probably doesn't matter with you Instagram gang, because I don't know if you guys can even see each other's answers. I don't know how that works over there on Insta, but we're trying not to post the answers just yet in case somebody's trying to answer and gets irritated. I've had people in the past say, stop posting the answers so I don't get anybody in trouble. Cindy had an early one. You said a redhead. Yeah, okay. So we were the redhead gang. Jeannie says she had Barbie and Midge and Skipper and Ken. You had the whole gang. Wow. I have not seen the Barbie movie. I think I might have to see it. I've heard a lot of fun things about that movie. All right, so we got to number 3. What is the tallest mountain in the world? Number 4, which ocean name loosely translates into Sea of Atlas? Looked like so far Carol is killing it. She might just win a recipe card. What ocean name loosely translates into Sea of Atlas? If you kind of think about it a little, you might, even if you don't know the answer, you might guess it. Oh, Debbie made it from Zephyr Hills. Hi, Debbie. We're right in the middle of trivia, but feel free to try and join in here. Oh, Nancy had an African-American doll. Was that a Barbie? That's cool. If it was, I didn't know if they did that. All right, what are we on? We did number 4. Number 5. Okay, now all you readers, theoretically, you should get this. What Italian town is the setting for Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet? What's the setting? What town did Romeo and Juliet take place in? That was number 5. Number 6. How many floors did the Eiffel Tower have? Carol and her husband and Gerhard and I were in Paris, but we didn't go up in the Eiffel Tower. So I'll be interested to see, Carol, if you got that answer. Number 7. Cork is the natural product of what tree? Cork, what we put in our wine bottles. Cork. And cork boards, what we post our whatever on. So what tree does cork come from? That was number 7. Oh, okay, that's interesting, Nancy, about the Barbie. That's very cool. Okay, number 8. What mineral can you add to water to make things float easier? Excuse me, guys, I have to clear my throat. Apologize. So that's number 8. What mineral can you add to water to make things float easier? Okay. Don't post the answers, Mindy. Somebody's going to bop you. Don't post them yet. You're right, but don't post. Not yet, not yet. We'll be posting them soon. And we have some more people joining us. Hi, Nadia. Glad you could join us. We're right in the middle of trivia here. See what you know. Okay. We just did what mineral can you add to water to make things float? That was number 8. Number 9. How many colors are in a rainbow? I wonder if any of you, I didn't know. I mean, you really have to come up and think. Remember those tablets you could get when you were a kid and they had the rainbow, all the pretty rainbow pages? I don't remember how many. Oh, no problem, Mindy, no problem. Okay, where am I? So how many colors in a rainbow? That's number 9. Number 10. Which 1950s singer sang Beyond the Sea? What 1950s singer sang Beyond the Sea? 1950s. Who was big in the 1950s, guys? Okay, that's number 10. Number 11. Who was the first American Idol winner? Who was the first American Idol winner? I didn't know this. I didn't start watching American Idol until a little further into when the program got going. Number 12. This is a funny one. What do you call a group of porcupines? Besides, avoid them. Avoid us. Okay, what do you call a group of porcupines? There's a cute, funny little name for that. And our last one, number 13. Ablutophobia is a fear of what? Ablutophobia is a fear of what? Jeannie's answer cracked me up. What do you call a porcupines? Ouch. Okay, I'm going to really quick read them all, and then we'll check your answers. So number 1 was, what's the capital of Australia? Number 2, what year was the first Barbie doll released? Number 3, what is the tallest mountain in the world? Number 4, what ocean name loosely translates into Sea of Atlas? There's a big clue in there, guys. What Italian town is the setting for Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet? That's number 5. Number 6, how many floors does the Eiffel Tower have? Number 7 was, cork is the natural product of what tree? What tree do we get cork from? Number 8, what mineral can you add to water to make things float more easy? Number 9, how many colors are in a rainbow? Number 10, which 1950s singer sang Beyond the Sea? Number 11, who was the first American Idol winner? Speaking of singers. Number 11 was, who was the first, excuse me, I apologize. I just did that one. Sorry. Number 12 was, what do you call a group of porcupines? And number 13 was, a blutophobia is the fear of what? Okay, now guys, you can start posting your answers and dazzling and amazing me. And everybody kind of keep track of who's getting what, because I do want to, whoever gets the most, we're going to send you some little recipe cards if you haven't already won one. Okay, who got number 1? What was the capital of Australia? Let's see if anybody posts it before I tell you what it is. Hey, Susie, glad you're here. Better late than never. Thanks for joining us. Okay. Do I see it? Do I see it? Sydney. I would have guessed Sydney too. And I would have guessed Melbourne. Neither of those are right. So how's that for a surprise? I would have said Sydney. In fact, I think I did say Sydney when we had that as a trivia. Brisbane. No. Sydney. I'm not seeing it coming up. It's Canberra. Canberra. Yeah, Perth. That sounded good. Isn't that right? Oh, somebody got it. Anne got it right. Yay, Anne. And what state are you coming in from? I didn't see you come in and say you're high. Let me know. All right. Anne got it. If anybody else got Canberra, give yourself a plus. Number 2, who knew what year the first Barbie doll was released? I know Carol had it right. Who knew the year the first Barbie doll? Hey, Karen, better late than never. We're happy you're here with us. Oh, from Albuquerque. Okay, thanks, Anna. Who knew the year of the first Barbie? 1956. You're close. Go up a little further. Carol, I think you had it right the first time, earlier time. It was, according to my research, 1959. If you had 1959, give yourself a plus. Give yourself a plus, Carol, because you had it right the first time. Yeah, 1958 to 1959. Yeah, okay, I'll take that. I'll take it. Okay, so the tallest mountain in the world. Who knew what that was? What's the tallest mountain in the world? Mountain climbers all over the place want to climb it. It's a very dangerous climb. I haven't even climbed Mount Rainier, which is in Washington. I'm kind of a weenie when it comes to that kind of thing. Mount Everest. Give yourself a plus, Anna. If you all said Everest, yeah, Patricia got it. Yeah, if you guys said Everest, you're right. It's Mount Everest. Yep. Wow, Carol, you're doing so well. You little stinker, you. Okay, that was it, guys. Look at you all. I'm so impressed with y'all. Okay, and our next one. Which ocean name loosely translates into Sea of Atlas? Who knew that one? I feel like there was a big clue in there if you just kind of were looking for it. So did anybody get that answer? Which ocean names loosely translates into Sea of Atlas? Atlantic. Oh, yep. Oh, look at that. All you smarties. Look at you all. All right, guys. I see a lot of correct answers out there. Oh, my goodness. You're all too smart. I can't remember if I got that one. I'm going to pretend that I did. Okay, now this one, theoretically, all we readers should get. What was the Italian town where Romeo and Juliet was set? Who had that one right? Let's see who got that one. Where did Romeo and Juliet live? Romeo, what town are we in? Romeo. Verona. Yes, fair Verona. If you answered Verona, give yourself another point. Very good, Vicky. Oh, Carol. Ooh, I think you've got 100% so far. Who else has got 100% so far? I bet a lot of you guys do, you bunch of little smarties, you. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Okay, Verona. Where am I? Number 6. How many floors does the Eiffel Tower have? Those of you who have been to Paris probably can answer this. I'm embarrassed that I didn't know the answer. I've been to Paris. I didn't go up in the Eiffel Tower. I've taken my picture in front of the Eiffel Tower. But 15, no, not quite that many. Think lower. Carol, you're almost there with 4. 3, and I had it. 3 levels. That's according to my research, not according to me personally checking it out. Linda, you were right with the Atlantic. Give yourself a point. Okay, now, who knew what tree you get cork from? Who knew what tree you get cork from? What tree does cork come from? I thought this was kind of interesting. It kind of makes sense when you hear or think about like beer barrels and think. Anybody have that right? I'm sorry, Jeannie. I always do really bad at trivia. Oak. And I said oak, and you are correct. If you said oak, you guys, you're correct. Yep. Oak. Carol said the cork tree. I just said that too. The cork tree. It goes from the cork tree. It comes from oak. And isn't that what when they're storing wine and stuff, they put them in those big oak barrels? So that makes sense. Okay, so that's where we get cork. Number 8. I'm sure a lot of you got this. What mineral can you add to water to make things float easier? If anybody's tried to float in the Dead Sea, you'll know. So who had the answer for that? What is going to make things float easier? What mineral? I'm looking to see. Pam's got it. Salt. Everybody else say salt. Who got salt? Salt. Anna says salt. Yep, salt. Yep. Okay, good job. Oh, yeah. Kathleen said, I had no idea the oak is responsible for cork. I mean, I didn't either. I thought that was really interesting. So that's kind of a fun little bit of trivia. Could dazzle amaze your friends. Mindy said salt. Everybody, if you said salt, you got it right. Yay, you. So salt is the answer for number 8. Now, number 9. Who knows this one? How many colors are in the rainbow? They're so beautiful. I just get dazzled. If you try and count it seems like it doesn't stick along round enough for you to count them. But who knew the answer to that? How many colors are in the rainbow? Yeah, 16. A little less, Jeannie, a little less. 7. Vicky's got it. 7. The number of perfection, actually, you guys. Debbie's got it. Yay, 7. Carol's got it. Oh, very good. Who said? Karen says, I said oak in my head, but was sure I was wrong. Well, listen to your head and give yourself the point. All right. Yep. Okay, very cool. So yeah, if you said 7, that's correct. All right. Okay, what 1950er sang Beyond the Sea? This might be, Gerhardt would know the answer to this because anything 50s, he knows all the music from that era. But who sang that? He also sang Splish Splash. I was taking a bath. So who sang? He also sang Mac the Knife. Yep, Anna, you got it. Oh, good guess, Jeannie. Pat Boone, but no, it was Bobby Darin. There was a movie done about him and Sandra Dee years ago. It was pretty interesting. Or maybe it was about him. Yeah, Mr. Mac the Knife. Yeah, that was the one he was really famous for, I think, was Mac the Knife. But okay, if you said Bobby Darin, give yourself a point. Number 11, who was the first American Idol winner? Those of you who watched it right from the beginning, I didn't happen to. First American Idol winner. I'm a looking to see who shouts the answer out first. Yep, Kelly Clarkson. Nancy got it. Guys, if you said Kelly Clarkson, give yourself a point. Oh, a lot of you guys had that. Very cool. Yeah, Kelly Clarkson was the first winner. Number 12. This is so fun. What do you call a group of porcupines? This cracks me up. If somebody got this, I'm going to die of amazement. I really am. Oh, my goodness. So what do you call a group of porcupines? Good luck in your answers. And have you been on the same cruise as I've been on? Yes, you're right. It's called a prickle. I think that's hilarious. A group of porcupines is a prickle. A posse. I like that too. That's funny. Prickly, close enough, Mindy, give yourself a point. Piney? No, but good try. A herd, good try, Nancy. Oh, if you said prickle, that is your answer. Oh, Carol had a good guess, a spike. Yeah, that's a good one too. Oh, okay, so prickle was the answer. Number 13. What are you afraid of if you have a blutophobia? I'm hoping no one here has that. I can't imagine any of us having that. A blutophobia is the fear of what? What's a blutophobia a fear of? A fear of reading? Oh, that would be bad. Fear of blue? No. No. Keep guessing. I'll give you one more minute. A blutophobia. Okay, should I give you a clue? Think of the word ablutions. He did his ablutions in the morning. Anybody get it? Bathing. Anna. What the heck? Really? Seriously? You even got that? Okay, that's impressive. Good honk. Okay, that was 13. Anna, did you get 13? You sure got a lot of them. The bathroom. That's close, Patricia, because we do our ablutions in the bathroom. So, who got 13? Did anybody get 13? That's my first call. Let's see if anybody posts. I'm watching to see if anybody posts. Yes, taking a bath. Kathleen, give yourself a point. Bloating. I love that. Oh, that's fun. Okay, Anna, I'm assuming you're here. Yeah, you were here in the US, aren't you? So send me message me your mailing address. And I'm going to send you a little recipe card as a party favor, a prize. Did anybody here on my gang Instagram post and tell me if you got 13 or close to it? Haha, Nancy, I would have only gotten 3 too, so I'm filmed. And same with King, that 5 is not bad. Okay, did anybody come close to that? Who got 12? 11 or 12? Anybody get 11 or 12? Do I see an 11 or 12 popping up? 7, that's not bad. Looking for an 11 or a 12 here. I'm looking to see what's cooking. Tanya got a 13 minus 10. Oh, equals 3. Oh, that was very confusing for a moment there, Tanya. Oh, Mindy got 7. I mean, it is fun, isn't it? Even if you don't get them, it's just kind of fun to have these crazy little bits of trivia, and then you can always dazzle and amaze your friends. How are my Instagram people? Did anybody get 11 or 12? Carol got 8. Anybody else get 8? 8. Do I hear an 8? 8. I'm looking. Anybody get more than 8? That hasn't rung in. Kathy, I'm sorry you missed out. Boo. All right, like I said, I'm looking here. Okay. Carol, I think you're going to get a recipe card. I know how to find you. Carol is one of my buddies, and she and her husband and Gerhard and I had such a fun time last time traveling all over Germany. And we didn't get sick. I think the secret, I told her, what is that about? He said, well, because mostly we weren't in big, huge crowded places. And so it was pretty easy to stay well. Maybe that's the secret from traveling, avoid big crowds. All right, I'm looking to see if anybody else is ringing in. I don't see anybody. Was that a hard one, you guys? Sorry, I should do a really easy trivia quiz next rank, huh? We'll do like questions you can't lose. Kathleen's not counting because she was late. Well, that's okay. And better late than never. I'm glad you're here. All right, I'll try, and I don't see anybody else ringing in. So it looks like we got a couple winners this time around. So guys, like I said, Anne, you need to message me your mailing address. Carol, I happen to know how to get a hold of you, so that won't be a problem. Okay, so you know what? So that's the end of trivia. Now we're going to talk travel. And again, like I said earlier, if you have a travel tip, say that fast 10 times, that you would like to share, please feel free to do so, because it's kind of fun to share with each other and help each other out. And like I said, if I find some I really, really like, you just might end up in my June newsletter when our theme is all about travel. So, but let me share you mine. So one of our big things that we learned quite a while back was if you are going on any kind of a guided adventure, whether it's a cruise or a bus trip or whatever, you want to fly out even 2 days is best. 2 days early or even a day early, because flights get delayed, things happen, you get bumped, and it's just not a fun thing when you've booked a cruise or something and off the ship goes, without you. If you have booked, if you book through the cruise line, even if your flight and everything through them, if your flight is delayed, they will get you to the boat at some point, some way. And so if you're ever worried about that, and that's your best bet. We usually book our own type of stuff when it comes to the airlines and so forth. And so we didn't do that, but we did have, this was last spring, and we did a Caribbean cruise with May Sakura, who I don't see on here today. She must be busy training dogs. She trains service dogs for the deaf. But anyway, we did a cruise with them, and we were going to come in, and we left early in the morning. We had plenty of time. They were going to pick us up at the airport. Oh, we'll take you out to dinner. Well, our flight got delayed. And the poor things, we didn't get in until, I don't remember, 10 at night or something really stupid. And it was just so frustrating because we had plans to do something that evening, and those all went bye-bye. But the good news was we were still in plenty of time to make sure we all got on the ship. And so, it was a good thing that we left early, because if we had been going out that same day we flew out, the boat would have left without us. So make sure you're going early. So, and travel light. And I did see, who just did that? Kathy says, roll your clothes when packing instead of folding. So they really do take less room when you roll them, huh? That's interesting. Okay. We usually try to get by with carry-ons rather than a big Hawkins suitcase, because especially with this particular trip, we were going to stay in boutique hotels and all kinds of odd little places, and we had no idea if we'd be having to lug luggage upstairs. And so Gerhardt wanted to travel light. So, and also my friend Karen Sheila, who a lot of you have seen, we've done Christmas things together, and she's been on here with different tips. She said there are two types of luggage. There is carry-on and lost. And years ago, this is a few years back now, we did a reader's cruise when we were doing the different Christmas markets. And one of the couples on that, going home, their luggage, I don't even know where it went. It took a world trip, and it took, I think it was a month before it got back to them. So, you don't want to be thinking, am I ever going to see my luggage again or my clothes? So it's always good if you can get by with carry-on. And speaking of carry-on, I should have known better. I thought, okay, I can only do one carry-on, but I'll do a bag. I have this adorable Betsy Johnson bag. It's so cute. And I thought, I'll just take that. Oh, that was not one of my better ideas. You know what? Everything should have wheels. Wheels, wheels, wheels. This bag now have wheels. It didn't drape well over my carry-on. And I was always herking that thing around and about killed my shoulders. I thought, okay, that is done. Never again. Nothing that doesn't have wheels. So that's a biggie. Also, with the when you're checking on, oh no, that's further on. Let's go back to this. Underpack. I've decided I always need to underpack by 2. It seems like I've always gone over by just a couple things. This time around, I packed my bathing suit. I'm not even sure why. It's April. We are in the Mediterranean, but it's not necessarily balmy in the Mediterranean. If I was in the Caribbean, the bathing suit would have made sense. But I thought, well, I'll probably swim on the boat. I'm not a big swimmer kind of girl. I don't do laps. When it comes to exercise, it has to come disguised as play. And so swimming all by myself back and forth in a pool is not my thing, and even water aerobics, I did that for years, but I don't like being cold before I get in the pool. I'm cold when I get out. So later I thought, why did I pack my swimming? That took up room it didn't need to take up. And it's a really cute 2-piece, but that didn't need to be in the suitcase. And I think there was another top that I didn't need, or maybe it was a pair of pants. But remember, you can mix and match. Nobody's going to pay attention on that boat to say, oh my gosh, she wore those pants 2 days in a row. So think light, underpack by 2, and plan to mix and match. Oh, Nancy says she had a post today. Oh, she did. Yeah, Karen did. Yes, that was so sweet of her. She did a post about my my upcoming book, The Man Next Door, which is up for pre-order now. And I can't remember if I've posted the cover here on Facebook, I know you, my buddies here on Instagram, have seen it. We did a cover review. That's going to be such a fun book. It's just really fun. But anyway, so yeah, she did a little post for me with that. Jeannie says, for a 7-day cruise, how many outfits and shoes do you take? I know you can mix and match, but well, okay, the one thing you do want a pair of, depending on where you're going, nice shoes, sandals, or whatever you like to do formal night. And you got a nice pair of walking shoes. And really more than that, unless you're going to get way into the pickleball tournaments or whatever, that's probably all you need for shoes. And 7 days. I mean, when I'm at home, okay, gee, you're going to think I have a blutophobia, but I will often wear the same pants 2 or 3 days in a row because unless I'm out getting sweaty or something. And so 7 days, if I pack a couple of pair of pants and maybe a skirt, and then, 3 or 4 tops, I'm good. So you guys can, ring in there how many things you like to pack, but I really do try to mix and match. And you know what? All your little undies and things you can rinse out and hang. If you're on a cruise, a lot of the ships have the little, Princess always has the little clothesline thing where you can hang them on to dry, and all the ships have washing machines and dryers, and so you don't really need as many clothes as you think you do, unless you really are being a fashionista and figure that people are going to be taking big note of everything you wear. But like I said, especially mixing and matching tops, you can get away, with a lot of the same stuff. I'm saying right, Taliania. Osima Chris. I bet I murdered your name just now, but hey, thanks for joining us. Hola, buenos dias. Okay, where are you coming in from? Not probably in the U.S., I'm guessing. Oh yeah, and sleepwear, Nicole says 2 sleepwear, 4 casual, 3 dressy. Yeah, mix and match. Okay, yeah, sleepwear. And I think I only took 1 little nightgown and thought I'll just wash it, So I'm just anyway, like I said, just subtract by about 1 or 2 when you're packing, because I'm like odds you will not need everything that you that you had sitting out on the bed before you packed. So okay, there's that. When buying souvenirs, think small. And I do try to do that. I always like to bring back little gifties for you guys. So it's either like magnets or something like that. This time I got a lot of scarves because I love scarves, and I know a lot of you do too. And those pack easily. So, if you're going to be bringing back souvenirs, and if you've packed a little less, theoretically, you'll have room in your luggage for those souvenirs. Sometimes we will, I think on one of our trips, Gerhardt actually just packed an empty canvas bag that we could put our souvenirs in and bring home as a carry-on. So you might want to think about doing that. But anyway, just remember, you probably are not going to need as much as you think you need. And if you decide, okay, I really don't want to lift, because when I am packing, when your heart is making me say, okay, you got one carry-on, okay, then it gets a little heavy. So if we decide, oh my gosh, he's got a bad shoulder at the moment, I've got a bad everything. But if you don't want to lift that up over the overhead, it can be a little challenging. We will often just kind of sit and wait with our little carry-on, and inevitably, almost on every flight, they will be announcing, okay, we've overbooked. We need to make some space in the carry-on. If you would like, you can check your luggage for free. Just bring it on up here. Who would like to check their luggage for free? And then we just haul up with our little carry-on if we're going to, again, if it's someplace we're not worried about losing our luggage. The advantage of waiting, then you're kind of the last one on, first one off when they're unloading the luggage, and a little less chance of getting lost because they're just loading you right then and there on the plane. So we often have been known to do that. We'll just wait, and okay, they're going to check it for free. Well, okay, then you can have our carry-ons. Kathleen says, when packing, pretend you're dressing a baby. When you think you have enough, remove a layer because it's too much. I like that. That's good. And again, now when we did this trip, we went to Barcelona, where we had heard that they were welcoming tourists by throwing water on them. I thought, I'm going to be prepared. So I had a light raincoat that I packed. And that worked really great for just that time of year. It wasn't real heavy. It wasn't real light. It was just right. And so I had some kind of thing to put over me. But other than that, and a couple of sweaters, that was it for staying warm for the outer clothes. So anyway, hopefully that gives you some tips there. One more thing though, well, a couple more things. Boy, oh boy, guys, don't forget the Imodium. Things, if you are, or if you tend to get seasick, make sure you have those medicines you are pretty sure you're going to need. And after, gosh, when we did our British Isles cruise, that was another bucket list. Norovirus came on board and I got that. And it was like one of the most gross, disgusting, unpleasant experiences of my life. And we hadn't packed Imodium. And so it was like, oh, try to survive till we get to the, I lost like the whole day in the room, and a whole night was awful, and et cetera, et cetera. And so finally bought some at the airport. But after that, it was like, okay, I always pack that. Another thing is to pack, for those of us who tend toward UTIs. I actually had my doctor several years ago. I would say, can I just have a prescription for my little medication for that in case I get it? Because if you're traveling, oh my goodness, the last thing on the planet you want is to get a UTI. And you don't necessarily want to have to go down to the medical, which both Gerhard and I wound up having to do this time around. And that was not a cheap experience. I'm glad it was there, though. I'm glad it was there. But I remember one guy came in, he wanted a COVID test, and I can't remember what they charged $38 or something for it. So, you don't want to spend your travel money on the sick bay. So if you've got some things, some medication with you for prevention or to deal with something as it pops up, that's not a bad idea. Also, traveling, here's a little tip for any of you who do tend toward UTIs. D-Manos, D-MANOSE. It's a wonderful little preventive that you can take every day, and it is going to completely cut down your odds of getting a urinary tract infection. So that is a good thing to always have along with you. Pack your D-Manos. So I'm getting some things about, Barcelona. Yes, with my hubby's fave European city. It is a gorgeous city. And that was the other thing. Okay, now I recommend, do not do the hop on, hop off in a big city unless you're there for more than one day. We did the hop on, hop off. We only had one day in Barcelona. Oh, hi, Carol. I'm glad you could join us. We did that, and because there was so much traffic, we just sort of got stuck, hopped on. And we didn't get to see hardly any of the things we wanted to see. It was really, really disappointed that we didn't get to see more in Barcelona because we just got stuck on the hop on, hop off. So think twice about doing that. The idea behind them is great, but if you're going to be in a really congested area, you could be stuck kind of looking around going, It is fun because you do drive around, you can see parts of the city, but just remember that you might not get as far as you want to get if you're stuck in traffic. So, again, it's a great idea, but it doesn't always go according to plan. So just keep that at the back of your mind. So that is it, except for, one more. I keep saying one more because I look at my notes. Don't make big plans for when you come home. You do need to have time to recover. And I had to hit the ground running when I came back, and I was exhausted and sick, and it was not fun. So you don't want to have to do that. So try and make sure you leave early and plan a little downside for when you get home so you can just relax and remember all the good fun time that you had. Jennifer O'Brien, a cruise suggestion. That's so fun. I've seen people do that. Yes. Add some decorations to your door. It helps you find your room much easier. And that is such a good tip, Jen, because actually it helped us with finding our room because we'd see somebody, we're just, we turn here at the room with all the door with the decorations. That's a really fun trip. So I love that. Yeah. Magnet holders for shower provides extra hanging. Another great tip. Thank you, Jen. Appreciate these. That's a great tip. So those are some things to just keep in mind. And I love these. I can't remember how to take a screenshot. How do I do that? I think I do option. Well, I better not try it. I have visions of, I'll take a screenshot and I'll disconnect all of you. Hey, Jen, I don't know if I'm assuming since you're here, you're following me on Instagram. Would you mind messaging me those tips? I would love to have them. Those are just those are really fun ones. Love those. So good thing to keep in mind. And here's one more. Have a separate envelope for cash for tipping guides. Oh yes. guides, servers, attendants, drivers, etc. If you have it set aside ahead, you know what you're spending. That's a really good point too. And I forgot to bring tip money, everything we'd paid for excursions and everything. And we're like, in fact, when we were on Gibraltar, loved Gibraltar. By the way, they don't allow immigration. If you're there, you get to be there, but no newbies allowed. It's like, that's it. And it's such a cool place. I loved Gibraltar. But we did, my sister-in-law and I did our little tour. And that was when I couldn't hear and she couldn't talk. That was very interesting, communicating via her cell phone. But I didn't have tip money. I felt terrible. She had some, fortunately, but I felt like a big weasel because I didn't have money to tip the driver. So it was a really good suggestion. But anyway. Okay, and Nicole says she's had great times with the hop on and hop off and doing it in Berlin. So, there you go. You never know. So, but for us, it didn't happen to work out really well. I don't think I would do it again. But you know what? I'm not sure. I think I might be finally done. We've been many places over the years, lived many places, and I have a feeling that international travel may be finished for me because I don't want to get this sick again. But it was a great, in spite of all the misery and things that happened, we still had a great trip. Let's see. Patricia says, great fun idea is to get a postcard from where you visit each day and jot down on the back some highlights. Oh, I love that, from that day. Great to look at when you're home, and a professional photo. There is that. So that's a great tip too. I love these tips, you guys. Thanks for sharing them. Those are really fun. So anyway, hopefully that is helping everybody and you're getting some good travel tips and getting inspired and wanting to travel. I do have, but what time is it? Yeah, we've been blabbing for quite a while. I've been blabbing for quite a while. But I wanted to, before I let you go, I was going to share with you some of our upcoming guests and things that we have planned, because I'm really excited about some of the people that are going to be joining us for our Friday chats. We'll have a couple here and there, like, I can't remember if we have anything scheduled for next Sunday. And Memorial Day weekend, we won't be doing anything. But we do have some really, really cool things coming up. We have got, I made a note. I have the amazing Carolyn Brown. If any of you have been big romance readers over the years, you will know who Carolyn is. She worked for Harlequin for years, and she's been around. She's like an icon in the romance business, and everybody loves her. She's going to be on with her son, who also is a writer, and he also works as a mature man cover model. And he's such a cutie, and he's such a nice guy. And so I'm really excited. We're going to have mother and son on talking about their books and his adventures with getting into modeling. It's kind of fun. So he's working as a sideline as a cover model. Pretty cool. Living his best life. And they're such a good example of that, because Carolyn's still writing. And again, he's older, but he is just rocking it. I just think that's so fun. So we got that coming on. We even have a chocolatier joining us. This is partly why it's just us today. She was going to be coming on today, but we had to reschedule her. But she'll be coming on talking about all things chocolate. That's going to be way fun. In July, we're going to be celebrating Christmas in July 2 times. We've got Hallmark Jenny coming back to join us and talk about Hallmark movies, and my buddies Karen Sheila and Nancy Nagel will be joining us another day, and we will be Christmas in July partying. So that is going to be very, very fun. And we've got my buddy Susan Wiggs is coming on at some point to talk about her new book, Wayward Girls. My friend Laura, oh my gosh, she founded Frog Rock here in Bremerton, which she started making soap using recycled oil from restaurants. And it's so interesting how she got that business started. And now she's moved to the East Coast, but she's into spinning and crafts and all kinds of very interesting things. I know you're going to enjoy talking with her. So we've got her coming on, and that's just a little bit of the fun we have ahead of us. It's going to be a really fun summer, and I've got us booked clear through, and I think I've even got a couple booked into fall. So that's going to be fun. So keep that in mind. And one bit of news, in case you haven't seen it, the Best Life Book Club is now available in mass market form. The smaller books, they're a little bit more affordable than some of the larger sizes. So if you've been waiting, if you're on a budget, if you're wanting to pick up a copy, friends have been sending me pictures of where they saw it in the wilds. My neighbor here saw one at our Safeway grocery store. Maisie Yates took a picture of one. I think it was a Walgreens. Our books were right next to each other, so that was pretty fun. So if you happen to see it somewhere when you're out and about, take a picture and message it to me, because that would be fun to see. I might even collect them and post them. Who knows? Who knows what I'll do? But anyway, so that's available. The Man Next Door is now up for pre-order, and I'll have to look through my posts and see if I posted that on Facebook. I can't remember if I have or not, but my Instagram buddies, I'm sure you've all seen that when we did the cover reveal. It's like the most fun cover ever. Love this book cover. It's going to be a very fun, crazy read. And so those are all things coming up, guys. And so hang with me, have fun with me, and we will be doing some more stuff in the future. So make sure you keep your eyes peeled. I will try and make sure that I always have announcements and reminders to let you know. But again, I appreciate you all joining me. I hope you had fun tonight, and I hope you have a great rest of the evening, all of you, and happy spring, everybody. And saying goodbye to my Facebook gang, too, if I can find where my cursor went. And to the Facebook guys, thanks again, all of you, for joining me. It's been really fun.